Congress people, whether they're in the House or in the Senate, just getting rich off of their public service. I've always hated that term. You went into public service and somehow ended up with $100 million. Josh Hawley, senator, is trying to fight that. He introduced the Preventing Elected Leaders from Owning Securities and Investments Act. In other words, the Pelosi Act. Now, I usually, like Charlie tweeted, hate the cutesy names of all of this stuff. But in this particular instance, I think it's kind of funny. Elizabeth, we could probably do an entire podcast on whether or not this is possible to even do. But do you like the sentiment of this, that the congressional members aren't allowed to hopefully get rich off of their positions?
It makes no sense that people like AOC, who were a bartender before becoming elected members of Congress, like are now multimillionaires. Pelosi also, since she became speaker, her wealth has increased by $140 million reportedly. And what's hilarious is that at first, they've been talking about doing this for a long time. And at first, she resisted it because, of course, it would have affected her the most as one of the wealthiest members in Congress who has benefited from trading in securities. But she then turned around and was like, no, I support it. Let's do it. And then they just pretended like they were going to do it. So now that the Republicans are in charge, let's see if they really go through with it.
Yeah, I think that you kind of hit on one of the biggest things that is I guess the point of contention here is, can they actually do it? I'm not personally a big fan of enacting laws that you can't enforce. Anthony, do you think there's a way to enforce this? Because if I were Nancy Pelosi, I'd be like, yeah, I'm totally in favor of this. Hey, Paul, you should trade these stocks. It's not technically me, but it's my husband. Is it enforceable? Is it feasible? Or is it really just kind of like hey, this is what the American people want to see, and maybe they'll not trade, I guess?
Yeah, I think that's really all it is. It's just a way for the American people to kind of, say, nah, I'm not doing that. I love that we troll Nancy Pelosi, though. This is a really privileged class. Her and AOC and all their cronies. Don't forget, guys, we'll never forget when we were locked in our homes while Nancy Pelosi was wasted off of martinis and getting her hair done. But you couldn't go to a funeral, you couldn't go to a wedding. So these are the people that we're dealing with, and I'm all for the trolling on Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah, if that's all it is, I'm still cool with it.